Hello, everyone. This is Mystic Storm here to clear the path to a new life with you. I hope you're doing well. Yes, I got my shea butter that I make Divine Shine going on. I'm just gonna rub some on my hands real quick. I was like, I I was called to do a reading for like the shadow self. The time that I'm filming this, look at that shine. Look at that divine shine. Okay, and it has like essential oils. One of them is like frankincense. So this is like a protective shield at the same time. So love that. If you want some of this, look at that. Look at that glow. Look at that glow. You want some of this? Check out my website, msbotanica.com. Okay, but yeah, I was called to do a reading for like the shadow self. This is maybe to help trigger some healing, or just embrace the shadow, right? Letting the shadow speak. This is for the collective. Just make sure, be mindful, take what resonates, leave the rest, okay? But we're gonna dive in, okay? I'm excited for this one, y'all. I'm actually going to start off with this deck, the Lover's Oracle deck, and you're probably like, why are you starting off with this one? Well, this is kind of like a shadow deck to me. This is a shadow deck to me, so I want to see what messages the shadow wants us to know right now. We're going to see what comes up here. Spirit, ancestors, guys, please give me the clearest messages for our highest good. Okay? I'm afraid to lose you. Interesting. Remember, this is for the shadow self. You are right. Uh-oh. And one more. People don't believe in me. Whew. Okay. So let's see. For these, hold on, let me make sure I put this right so stuff don't be falling down. Lord. Okay. So the I'm afraid to lose you collective, you might have the tendency to lose yourself within connections, and then connections don't have to be just romantic, but it's definitely on the table, right? Whenever you interact with people, you might find yourself losing yourself, trying to feel validated and seen, and you maybe disregard your feelings or disregard what you really want. You're very adaptable, right? So the shadow is saying, I'm afraid to lose you, which is, I'm afraid to lose myself, right? So you may feel like this, I'm hearing this push pull to be more authentic. And that may be a little scary because you're not sure if you show up in your most authentic self, will you be perceived? Will you be loved? Will you be valued? Will you be appreciated? All these things. But if you don't show up as your authentic self, you are then abandoning yourself, right? So the shadow is saying, I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose myself within trying to fit into the status quo, okay? Then we have you were right. You were right. That means whatever your intuition has been trying to tell you, you were right. Okay? And again, if you feel like you have to, oh, excuse me, this is not, maybe I need to push this a little, there we go. Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Cool, cool, cool. So, with the you were right, your intuition is on point, and you are not trusting yourself. The shadow is saying, I'm here to protect you. I'm here to guide you. A lot of times people think the shadow is just, it's everything that we suppress, everything that we want to keep hidden, right? So yes, there could be some non, how can I say this? Uh, so based on society and morals and ethics and things like that, the shadow can be a little ruthless, right? That's where a lot of that stuff lies. But within the shadow, it can also be where your power lies, where your voice lies, where your intuition lies, where your boundaries lie, right? So you were right. And I don't have to tell you what you were right about, even though we're gonna pull some tarot. We're gonna dive deeper, okay? But this is to validate you in this sense. Whatever you've been going back and forth on, you were right. And then people try to manipulate things and gaslight for their everybody out for themselves. I'm saying, I'm being everybody out for themselves, right? And collective, you might not be that type of person. You might be the type of person that it's like, you know, you want everybody to win. You think about everybody else before yourself. And not to say that, oh, you need to be like everybody else and you need to think about self first. You need to be more selfish, blase, blase. This is more so choose yourself for once. Damn. Choose yourself for once. And maybe you've already been here. Right? Maybe you might say, I've already chose myself. I've already did that. Choose yourself again and again and again and again. Because I'm sure whoever's clicking on this, you're not the type of person that wants to hurt people, right? I feel like you're the type of person, your villain era is actually just setting boundaries for you. Just actually saying no, right? Releasing being a people pleaser. Alright? Okay. And then we got people don't believe in me. This is a deep rooted limiting belief that is in the shadow that makes subconsciously that affects how you move in life. That's why you tend to abandon yourself. Maybe this is a deep abandonment wound, a rejection wound that is operating with you over giving, over sharing, over just doing too much. Just doing too much. And that might be your personality, right? And look, and then here go me. I'm like, I'm not trying to offend people and da 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 da. But in some cases, yes, you need to evaluate what are you doing too much in an area. Okay, we're gonna dive into the tarot. All right, we're gonna see what's going on. I might want to look at how do I want to do this. Nah, I'm not gonna do like break it down because I'm sure it's gonna be revealed either way. Yeah, it's gonna be revealed either way. I'm trying to do. I'm like, what tarot am I gonna use? Of course, the Dark Reflections. Why not? They want me to read this opening because this is. Here it says, you cannot become the best version of yourself until you love the worst version. Because after you give love to the darkness, the light comes. And that is the path of healing. Okay? You don't have to prove yourself, collective. You don't have to prove yourself. You're already deserving. Because look, you are right. You are right. You second guess yourself. You doubt yourself. And this, I'm afraid to lose you. The you could be people too, right? You're afraid to lose people, so you're trying to overextend yourself, overgive. You want to pick me, love me, see me, value me. Eight of Cups. It's time to let go of these emotional constraints that you have on yourself. But you see, he's packing these up. This is emotional baggage. Mm. You holding on to so much pain, so much sorrow, so much. And I feel like the thing is, you might be holding on to a lot because you would never do that to people. All the people that, or all the situations that you've been through where you were done wrong, you would never do that to that person. So it just baffles you and you hold on to that. And it's weighing you down. It's maybe making you cold. But it takes a lot it takes strength. It takes vulnerability. It takes courage to continue to show up in love after being heartbroken, after being betrayed, right? But there comes a time, if you're getting um betrayed, and then you show up and you open yourself back up and you going through the same cycle over and over and over again. It's different people, but it's over and over and over again. Something has to give. And what has to give is you. You have to change. Yes, you're gonna have to let go of some things, but you also have to let go of how you show up emotionally. Mm. In connections. You doing too much. You care too much. You worried about too many other people. Worry about yourself. I'm pretty sure that you got other stuff. Everybody got stuff that they could be doing, right? It's time to put down the cape. Release being the martyr. You holding on to too many other people's stuff. Look, 9 of Cups. We go for progression. If you let go, 9 of Cups, this is the fulfillment card, right? But this is in the shadow part. So look at that. She's crying. She's at her desk. She's stressed. This is the map. I had never really looked at what she was looking at. Okay, this is a compass. Interesting. A compass and a map. Oops. Trying to find your way back to happiness. Trying to find your way back to fulfillment. Maybe you've lost your way. You lost your way. We got the cobwebs here. The spider webs for me is like everything is connected. Everything is connected. So this is like compartmentalizing. That's what I'm getting. Where we go from the 8 of Cups. Here, he's packing everything up to the 9 of Cups. Now is on the shelf. You didn't put it on the shelf. It's just collecting dust. So yeah, you're no longer carrying it, right, per se. But now it's just moved to the shelf, moved to the subconscious. Spirit is telling me that's how you have to cycle out some things, how you have to release and let go. We got the Swords in reverse, which is the backstab card, right? If you put it up, look at that. Okay. But I'm gonna put this off to the side. But that's how it has to be cycled out. But it once it gets to on the shelf, it is kind of dangerous because with the subconscious, it's still operating. You're still gonna carry that stuff. You're not carrying it. The load is lighter, but it's still imprinted in your mind. Everything is connected, right? So to get fulfillment is to get fulfillment, you do need to take time to take a look at what you've accumulated and purge. Identify them, don't carry them, but purge them out. Right? With the compass here, with the map, taking the time to discover and know yourself, right? Wow, I'm hearing reinvent the wheel. Seven of Wands. Okay. I heard, I'm the bad guy. I'm the. But yeah, with the Seven of Wands, you're going into a different direction than your peers, than other people that you've. And not to say that you can't, even though you're going a different direction, that you can't communicate with people. You know what I'm saying? But there has to be some type of boundary, right? It may not be how it used to be, right? And that's okay. Seven of Wands is also being like exposed. If you're afraid of being seen, afraid of being the outcast, the outlier. It's funny how everybody else got on red and then this person has on green. I'm here. Everybody's rooted in lust, while you're rooted in grounded with the heart. Hmm. Maybe yeah. And once upon a time, that was a big thing for you, operating like everybody else. So you could have took on this concept of being very lustful, very indulgent. But now you're choosing love, the frequency of love, not love as in romantic love, the frequency of love, the love for self so much that you want more than just lust. Five of Wands. There is a lot of jealousy, envy, hate within the connections that you have, and this is within your own shadow as well. Is you to identify, it's some people that really trigger you, and this is where it's like the people don't believe in me, and like the comparison and all this is to stop comparing yourself to everybody else, because obviously, again, you're not like everybody else. You're not like maybe the your environment or your community, or and you might, yes, need to break away from some of these people, but at the same time, I've learned this too. There's people who's like, yo, I do not want to mess with you, but I still gotta see you. I still gotta see you. So it's it's not shaming yourself if you have some jealousy, or if you have some envy, or if you find yourself comparing yourself to other people. But it's going back to, how can you find fulfillment in this? How can you find wholeness in this? How can you navigate these emotions? We got Ace of, how can you navigate these emotions? Ace of Swords in reverse. Stop lying to yourself. Speak up. Speak the truth. It reminds me of this card in the Soul's Journey deck, is honesty. I cannot always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. You have to be honest with yourself. I too. That's one thing as humans, we try to shame ourselves or shun ourselves or act like we don't have these emotions. It's okay to have these emotions, right? It's what you do with those. It's how you react to those. You don't need to suppress them. You need to figure out, how can you speak your truth? How can you may want to see how you can speak it in a more constructive way. Maybe sometimes it don't come out that way, but it's okay either way. It's okay either way. Let's see. Ooh. Knight of Pentacles. Message of, once you take a step back, take some time for yourself, sit and convene with yourself, spend some time with yourself in solitude, right? And self-reflection. Tap into your heart space, right? That's my cat's food. Open up your heart, right? Release, right? As it dispenses out like the food, like release, all these emotions, or just acknowledge. And once you accept and acknowledge that, hey, I might be feeling this way, it can change, it can transform, it can be transmuted. It's the judgment. Mm. Going back to this Nine of Cups, it's the judgment of all the emotions that you felt, all the everything that you've carried, that you carried for yourself, carried other people's stuff too. Releasing that. You might be also going through like epiphanies, or um with the you were right. We talked about people gaslighting you and all this stuff. You might be in cycles where you're constantly thinking about times and scenarios from the past, and remembering conversations and all this stuff, and it's like, oh, they were lying. Oh, they was really out here doing this. Oh, they was really out here doing that. And that's messing you up. That's eating you up. That's eating you up. Acknowledge it. Release it. Feel it. Release it. Don't stay there. Don't stay there. It's also, it's gonna take time for these aspects to be filtered out, but also know that you're building a firmer foundation. This is like kind of like a commitment card, to offer. um when it says the people don't believe in me, but like once you actually show up more and more as your authentic self, when the people that's for you gonna rock with you the hardest. When you stop caring about what this person think, that person think, it sometimes it comes and goes, because don't don't get me wrong, like we can't, it's embedded in us, right? But the more that you practice this, this is practice, right? Reinforcement. The more that you do this, it will get better with time, and you will go. And it's funny how this is green, like going to the green, and then we got the Knight of Pentacles. You're gonna go to spaces where you're valued. Also, this is saying you don't have to stay too long in environments that don't see your worth. I know sometimes, again, you have to see certain people, you have to work with people, you can't get away from people for the most part. But you can choose not to engage. Choose not to engage. Also, the shadow is here saying that you too stretch the truth. You too lie, right? And that's okay too. Acceptance. Interesting. Alright, I've been hearing the Heal Yourself Oracle, so I'm gonna get into this. I don't want this to be too long. I'm not gonna do an extended for this. Beauty. Beauty is her name. The base I picked up too. Sexuality. Maybe you lead with your sexuality. Again, going back to rooted in lust. Maybe you maybe thought that people didn't see you unless you operated a certain way, or you know was getting attention. How were you, what attention were you getting? It was it based off of lust. Not saying that healing your sexuality, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Some people need to heal their sexuality, as you need to be authentic, and if you like the same sex, you like the same sex, right? If you want to be instead of being monogamous, if you want to be poly, get the people that want to be poly with you. Don't lie, right? Or if you want to be monogamous, but you know that the person that you want to be with is wants to be poly, don't don't go against yourself, right? With beauty, what I mean, it doesn't matter what race, what size, what anything. We see beauty in all shapes and sizes and colors, right? But do you believe in yourself? And a lot of people might be glowing up at this time and really focused on their outward appearance. Just remember, like, what are you doing it for? And then, yeah, what are you doing it for? And are you doing it for more validation, but the people don't believe in me, right? Or are you just doing it to simply care and love for yourself? Focusing on yourself makes you more magnetic. Okay, interesting. Okay, Spirit, thank you, thank you. We're gonna get one final message here to close us out. I'm glad that I did this. Being obedient. Being obedient. Uh, I want to get. I'm probably gonna do maybe a couple of more. Maybe a couple of more. Cause I want to do all three of these. Cause I heard all three of these. I'm gonna do the work your light. Cause we're gonna bring the shadow into the light. The shadow aspects to the light. Let's see. Keep focusing on you. Somebody sees you. We talked about the love offer. Somebody sees your value. But you have to believe in that yourself. In order to be, this could be a fear of being seen as well. I didn't say that, but the Seven of Wands too, like being exposed, like you might have a fear of being seen and actually putting yourself out there. Starseed. Okay. Okay. Starseed, what lights you up? This goes again to you don't need to follow the crowd because you're a starseed, right? You're a starseed. You're here to raise the vibration of the planet. Because at the base here, we got Sisterhood of the Rose, which is, again, beauty and devotion. Priestess, mystic, teacher. I love her in the middle. It's just like devoted to yourself, knowing that you are sovereign. Maybe you feel like um being selfish is like being too vain, or you know being too conceited. But I'm conceited. I got a reason. I look way too good to be having it. It's having standards. Okay? You be okay, some of y'all could be giving people chance after chance, or you try to see the good in people and all that stuff. Throw a dog a bone, but that's you. You doing too much. What do you know that you deserve it? Know that you're worthy, right? Having some, you might need to reevaluate your standards and level up, right? Also, you could be fear of being seen, but this could be some imposter syndrome. You might have a calling over your life to be a spiritual teacher or in beauty industry, right? Some people, I am getting sex work. That's for some, not for all. Some people could be in the be a sex worker. And how can you channel that? Channel that energy. A lot of sex workers you could see in the spiritual community. A lot of the um mystics and priestess and teachers We're sex workers because they know how to channel that sacral energy and use it for not just lust, but to create, to attract, right? Interesting. Interesting, interesting. All right. I'm gonna give us a little longer than what I anticipated, but I'm gonna get all of this out. I said I wasn't gonna do an extended. I don't feel like these extra cards is worth an extended. I'm just gonna get this out. Doubt. Wow. And then we have worry. Here. Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. And worry. I am learning that worrying doesn't change an outcome. We just sit with that. You worrying and it's making you doubt. It's a everlasting spiral. It's just releasing it, letting it go. Death. Just release it, surrender. Ashe. And we're going to get the final message from the wild offering. I want to thank you all for tuning in, especially if you made it this far in the reading. Make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, all the things. I always got to remember to say that in the middle of the reading. I'm going to be thinking about that. I just be flowing, but I need to make it a point to do it. But all right, let's see. Hardship. It says, may I embrace what's happening right now, as baffling or painful as it is. Help me, God, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. Okay? Ooh, and then we're going to do this despair, because it's right here. I need your divine intercession right now, O Great Spirit. Lift this darkness from my soul. Free me from this burden. Open me to your highest plan. May I be a peaceful vessel for your love. Okay? It's a constant just releasing of the pain and of the experiences you've had. But the experiences you've had, it's shown how much you've healed and how much you've grown. I want you to remember that. The shadow is always going to be there. We always have to heal, right? It's a journey. So just make sure that when you find yourself in these darker spaces, lower vibrations, knowing that this is an opportunity for you to release. It doesn't have to be, even though feel the feelings, right? But acknowledge it as something that is freeing you up. So release it. Don't hold on to it, because that causes dis-ease in the body, right? Inflammation. It causes all of that, right? So release, let go, and come back to you. Come back to you. Okay? So I love this. I love you all. I hope that you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.